is hero time, baby. And you know, there are a few Hero Factory characters out there that they're canon to the world of Hero Factory, but they were never given an official set. So today, let's take a look at a few fan creations that bring these canon characters to life. Time to take those unreleased sets and turn them into a reality. Let's go. But first, kind of a bit of an important update for all of y'all. After this video releases, there'll be a few changes to some of my uploading schedule. I'm going to be switching from daily uploads to essentially uploads every second day. Kind of. Videos are going to be out every second day as much as I can, but there will be a lot of times where I'll be like, here's 2 videos in a row, then we take a day off, then here's another video, then here's a short, then take a day off. It's going to fluctuate a bit. It's not going to be as set in stone of yes, every second day will be a video. But yeah, it's going to be like this for the next few months because the next few months of my life are actually quite action-packed. There's a lot happening at the moment. What's going on? Why are things action-packed? That's a great question and one that I can tell you, but I'm not ready to share just yet. Don't worry, it's good news. It's actually really, really good news. But you're going to have to wait a little bit to hear what that is. So stay tuned, you'll find out somewhat soon. But yeah, slightly slower uploads from now on. That might change, that might fluctuate. I might go back to daily uploads if I can afford the time. But yeah, just wanted to let you know in case you're like, where the heck are my Ben Cossie videos? They're coming. There's just not going to be daily videos. Anyway, enough of the housekeeping stuff. Let's take a look at some sick LEGO creations. Let's get you some inspiration. Our first creation today, it's built by Boydie Oydie Oydie Builds. And this is a recreation of the legendary Merrick Fortis. Old mate Merrick. Well, he's a member of the Hero Recon team, kind of like a special ops team of Hero Factory heroes that are very skilled and have very specific missions. Almost like Hero Factory Black Ops. So okay, technically you could make this character in the old Hero Recon team Hero Maker software. You make it, you give it a name, you have it sent to your house. You could make Merrick Fortis. Technically he was a set. However, in the comics and in different media, the character has a lot of different physical appearances. And also there's all this additional lore that we were meant to get with the character. There was a time where it was going to be revealed that Daniel Rocker was actually secretly Merrick Fortis. Merrick Fortis was merely a codename for Rocker. You get the sense that this character was going to play a bigger role in the story. If we did get him as an official set, a set that was on store shelves, not from some, Lego.com exclusive thing that you had to know about. Well, you get the sense that if that set did come out, it would have been freaking awesome. And if he looked anything like this, it would have been the best Hero Factory set ever. Look at this. I love all these enhancements and upgrades, like a bigger blaster. Giving your hero a big, bulky blaster? That's the way to go. These new rocket boosters on the back? Very nice. Now, often you could argue a lot of heroes look quite flat. There's not a lot going on the back. Sometimes there's no armor back there at all. So something like this is an excellent way to really enhance your heroes. Perhaps you could do the same if you're planning on building your own version of this character. Or, I don't know, just upgrading Surge, Nex, Rocker, whatever. And in general, he has a lot of big, bulky armor with tubes and other nice details. Even the energy of the knees, using some of this G2 protector armor, a very nice piece. But just the way it protrudes out like this, it feels so dynamic, so stylish. This is sick. And of course, you can't have Merrick without his iconic marbled torso. The silver and the black, it's so nice. And so expensive. This is the most expensive Hero Factory piece ever made. It's very hard to get your hands on. Thankfully, I think if you wanted to make Merrick Fortis, you could just use a regular, common black version of the torso, or even just the plain silver one. You don't need the marbled torso, but if you have it, oh, it does look good. I don't know, man, this might just be the perfect Hero Factory revamp. It's so freaking cool. Up next, Thresher, and this is made by Spiraling Mantaro. So Thresher, he appeared in various Hero Factory media, like certain movies and things, and he looked like this. He was cool. Essentially, he was just a metallic green recolor of bulk. Now, you might look at that and think, that's kind of boring. Why didn't they give him a custom mask? Why didn't they do a little bit more with the design? Fair enough. I agree. But also, I do like this. Remember, we were supposed to get Thresher in the set Bulk and Vapor. However, that was changed and Thresher became Bulk. Yeah, look, Bulk looks good in this set, but can you imagine those beautiful recolored pieces? How cool this would have been? It's a shame, but that's okay, because we can make our own version of Thresher. And Spiraling Mantaro? Come on, he did such a good job. I think my favorite thing here is the mask. You can still see overtones of the original Bulk mask, but now it's different. It's got more personality, and that's nice. I think just that recolored mask, while being cool, is a little bit too much like Bulk. This makes him feel more like his own person, and that's just better. So if you're a bit of a whiz at 3D printing, or you want to, go out and contact someone and say, hey, can you 3D print me these masks? I'll pay you. Perhaps you could do something similar to this. It would be pretty cool. I like the jetpack and these blasters. If we are basing this off of how Bulk looked in this set, since it was meant to be Thresher, really paying attention to the jetpack and the blasters seems appropriate. And these do look pretty good. I like too the fact that the jetpack can kind of fold in. It's quite a subtle little addition. You didn't need to put it in, but the fact that it can change, move, fold in like that, it's a great touch. Sometimes those small little quality of life additions like that can take your mock from a good mock to a great one. And also I think it makes sense, Thresher is meant to be a veteran hero. Very skilled, very talented. He's got a lot of years of service. So him being decked out with a lot of guns, a lot of weaponry, a lot of accessories, a lot of stuff, it makes sense. He's accumulated a lot of gear over time. The people who work at Hero Factory go, yeah, Thresher, test out our new tech. You're gonna know how to use it. You're gonna use it best. And you're gonna need it because we're sending you out on some pretty difficult missions. You wouldn't see rookies with this much tech. This makes sense. Something else that just makes sense, this triangle tile in gold right here. I don't know what it is, I just like it. The pop of gold, the way that kind of arrow shape points up to the core, the hero core, it just works. This whole mock just works. Very nice. Number 3, it's Lucas Valor. Student Scissors has made this. Now, we did technically get a depiction of this character. He was a combiner model. However, even the wiki itself says that this may not be officially how the character looked, because look at it. It's so visually different to anything we've ever seen from Hero Factory. I almost feel like this doesn't count. It would have been nice to see Lucas Valor looking a little bit more like an actual hero. And this does. This is dope. Nice to see Furno XL's mask for the face. Furno XL as a set, he's got that visor over the top. So looking at these side by side, it doesn't look like, oh, he's used Furno's mask on his face. No, it actually looks like his own face for his own character. Taking off that visor actually does a lot to make this look like a totally different person. I like that. I love this arm. Yeah, real simple, just locking 2 pieces together. The leg pieces in red from this Ben 10 set, and these red claw pieces from this Spider-Man set. Together like this, they look so clean. It's actually quite a sensational, but simple design. But the weapon is good too, actually. Just the inclusion of a little spear in the middle to turn this into a bit of a trident. Actually, yeah, this mock has some nice underwater vibes. Even the inclusion of a turbine on the back. These pieces actually come from an Atlantis underwater set. This one, it works. I like it. Up next, it's Von Ness. Remember, Von Ness is what Von Nebula looked like before he became Von Nebula. He was once a hero that fell from grace and became real bad. Mental Primary 5005, they've brought Von Ness to life. And actually, he looks just like he does in the movie. The design is pretty simple. Regular Hero Factory armor and pieces. You take the spiky shoulders from Von Nebula, and you put them here. You take Surge's weapon, you unfortunately cut it up, but then you give it to Von Ness and there you go. You're good. Sure, it's a shame that you have to cut your pieces, and it's always tough to see Surge getting cut up like that. But hey, when it looks this good and this accurate, do whatever you want. That looks nice. It's so good when you have a canon character like this that you can so easily recreate in a very accurate and pretty cool way. Sweet. But we got one more. This is Aris by Paul X Mock Building. So this is not a canon character. This is just a random hero that Paul X has made up. And I love that. As cool as it is to see canon characters being brought to life, it's even better to see people make up their own unique heroes. That's always fun. And this is a good one. That beautiful breeze mask in a lovely ebony black. Oh man. I wish that we had an official version of this mask in this color, but no. Paul X Mock Building says that they just painted this themselves. And good job, this is a really nice paint job. It looks official. And that black and gold, oh baby. What a color scheme. And what a nice big blaster as well. Good to see that Midax Sky Blaster being enhanced with more pieces. You can even feel the heft of this with the way that they're holding it. Sometimes the way you pose your character's weapons can actually add a lot to the design. This feels big, heavy, and powerful, you know? But the back of the legs, these are very interesting. Taking some of these trans orange lift arms. These are the same ones that come on the set, The Lord of the Skull Spiders. The set actually includes a ton of this piece, but putting it here, giving the back of the shins a little bit of curvature. That's good. Oh, but my absolute favorite part, the torso. Getting two of these rocker hand pieces and sandwiching them together. Then filling in the gap in the middle with a hero core, with a few other pieces. Oh, what a good torso. Honestly, man, I wish that this was an actual canon character. They look epic. Hey, this is your sign to go out there and make your own custom heroes. Dude, I love that. Otherwise, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see a few more awesome creations, check the links below. There you can find more from the people that I featured today. But that's it. Thanks for watching, happy building, and bye for now. So yeah, no more daily uploads for the foreseeable future, but that might change. Just have to wait and see. But yeah, okay, what is the reason for that change? I'm so glad you asked. Well, I can't actually say. I can't say. You'll have to wait and see.